Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Peace on the Streets radio show. Everybody good?
We're good. Yeah. We're great. We're alive. We're still here.
All right. Welcome to Peace on the Streets, you guys.
Come on.
Thank you, Orlando, Florida, for allowing us to come through the airways and serve the community. So, we got special guests in tonight.
We do. If you guys don't know, it's the one and only Jenny Rosario.
Hey, what's up, Jenny? Welcome to Peace on the Streets.
Thank you. I'm here in the house with royalty. We got the Prince of the South, my sister Queen Mimi Mala.
Come on, yeah.
That's what's happening.
But we can't forget the biggest princess of them all.
That's
Come on
now.
my little baby girl.
Hey, for everybody that's just listening on the airwaves, remember that you can go watch us live at peaceonthestreets.com. And if you missed that, we're also going to be putting these videos out on YouTube. And you guys have got to come check out the little cutie we got on here. We got Rose. She is adorable. She is a ball of cuteness. I'm about to die over here.
I'm telling you.
Bro.
I know that's right. Hey, you guys don't want to miss our YouTube videos. They are hot.
Right.
They gives you all a visual of what we do on Peace on the Streets. What you go to peaceonthestreets.com.
Right, so you can go to for you to Peace on the Streets Radio, where you can subscribe and make sure you get all the latest new drops. Every Wednesday, we release what's live on air if you missed it on our YouTube.
Yes.
It's intense. We got over 400 now, which is hard to get. We went viral a few times.
Yes.
A lot of hits. So, I mean, we're doing big things here in the community. It's amazing. And you guys get to see actually what people are doing and making a change, making a power movement, catering to the communities, catering to individuals. Everybody that's on our show is doing something very important.
That's
and
right.
It's not just only about themselves, which they are, making themselves better, which we're all supposed to.
Right.
But they're also serving their communities as well and blessing others with some insightful information, knowledge, inspiring. It's insane, friends. And we just came back from the pageant run, and you was with us.
That's right. We had an amazing time this weekend. I came that Sunday. I got a chance to get on stage and talk about Peace on the Streets and tell a few jokes. I had amazing. That was one of the best pageantry I had ever been to in my life.
We had a prince of the pageant.
We did. And you know what's
it.
crazy, guys? That actually Jenny, and you guys don't know this, but I know behind the scenes because she was actually interviewed on Latina role models that I conduct here on Spectrum and also on Latin Wave TV. She's one of the first real original winners of Miss International World, Jenny Rosario, guys.
Come on now.
That's right.
All right.
It's amazing.
That is.
So she's a testimony of what it takes for sisterhood, how amazing it is. And the culture itself with Miss International World, didn't it teach you so much, like values, sisterhood, and just to know that connection? Because it's a different kind of pageant.
It is. And, here's a little fun fact for you. I was born and raised in New York. I'm from the Bronx, right?
Right.
Boogie Down Bronx.
And, yes, Boogie Down Bronx. And, we kind of don't do that kind of stuff in the Bronx.
Not at all.
You're just not a pageant girl.
Prince knows.
In Castle Hill. That just doesn't exist.
Wow.
But here is the fun fact. I used to get these postcards in the mail asking me to join the beauty pageants. And I was like, what? We don't do that stuff here.
Interesting.
But secretly, I thought it would be something so cool to do. So I would tuck them into my dresser and I would collect those postcards. And, I think I just put it out into the universe or, God was like, you know what? This is one of your secret little desires of your heart. I'm going to give it to you, girl. So I came to Florida and I got recruited by a pageant system and I got trained by Angela Pasilico. And next thing you know, I was Miss Latina Florida, Miss Latina International,
Come on.
International World.
Great job, Prince.
So talk about inspiring women. Hey, you girls out there in the Bronx, you can do it. You can be a beauty queen one day.
That's
it's
such
not
an
just
amazing.
for other people. That's what I used to think. That's just for other people.
Right. It's
But
for
no,
you.
It's not. It's for you too.
Wow.
It's for you too. That's amazing.
Isn't she real when it comes to New York? Because it took me a while to wear heels, and I wore heels here.
Oh yeah.
And let me tell you, it's not pretty and it's not fun.
No.
Right.
When I met Angela, I was wearing Converse.
Yes.
I was like straight out of film school.
Okay.
Wow.
And she bought me these stilettos, and I said, ooh, what do I do with those? And she said, go home and start cleaning your house in them.
Oh my gosh.
And that is how I learned how to walk in high heels.
Whoa.
Well, Miss
Like
Angela,
literally throwing on the spot. She's a beast.
Yeah, we got to give it up
God
to
bless
Miss
her soul.
Angela.
Her and Mr. L, man, their passion is insane. And when they spoke on stage and she was crying, I was out. Like I had to walk out because I couldn't take it. Because that's her passion, saying that she was watching us behind the scenes and she was just crying because of how well we conducted with each other, how we supported each other, how passionate we was of getting on stage. And it was just all about the presentation, like making sure we're successful. You know what I mean? Not so much about me, I want to win. You know, me.
Right.
It was getting the ball in the roll and it was just intense, Prince. I wish I could just show more behind the scenes, but we can't show it all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you what really hurts her when she have to pick. And when she have to call her, she wants everyone to win. And she said it like 3 or 4 times.
That's how you know.
You know, this is my hardest. And I can watch it in her face when she had to face the girls that didn't win. Yeah. She was sad.
She was.
She was sad.
Yeah.
That you know what I'm saying? Because she know the work. And I felt sorry for you all. I mean, oh my God. And some women I talked to, I got a chance to talk to some of the people. They said they riding off of 3 hours of sleep.
Correct.
And the poor babies. But the little girl that won, she was like, you know, I'm so wore out. You know what I'm saying?
They were so wore out that they didn't really say much when they won because they were mostly just tired of having it to be here. Yeah. It's insane. So what's like a boot camp? So that just shows that the hard work, you know, does pay off in women, period, and how they just can conduct themselves and manage themselves well. So, Jenny, you got so many things going on in your life. I mean, it's insane. So we would love to hear more about you, more about what you're doing. And I actually got to introduce her book.
Okay.
When she has a book that's published.
Really?
And I have it. I read it to my kids, by the way. They love it.
How'd you like, oh,
Yes, they love it.
Oh, I'm so
I'm
happy
keeping it in
to
a
hear
frame
that.
because she signed it.
Oh,
What?
that is so sweet.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
So we gonna get a song on, and then we gonna come back with the one and the only
Jenny Rosario!
right here in the building, you guys. Let's go.
Oh, that's my
Oh,
song.
that was so cute.
Welcome back to Peace on the Streets Radio Show.
Hey! So you got Prince of the South in the building right now. We go, Enyo, what's going on?
What's up, everybody?
John B.
And we got Prince playing John B right now. Did you even know that's
I'm
going
sorry.
on?
I didn't even know that was right. You know what I'm saying?
So we got our special guest, Jenny Rosario, in the building right now. And she's going to give you a little brief description about what she does, her talents, her skills. She's impressive. She is like fascinating. When I watch her online and I watch her reels and her videos, especially with the Una Vieja, the old lady, she kills it. You are such an actress. You're phenomenal. So just please explain to our audience exactly what you do.
Thank you. Well, that character you're talking about is La Abuela.
Abuela.
And actually next to me here is Abuelo. So you'll see him once in a while popping in because, of course, you have to have Los Abuelos,
Oh
right?
my gosh, no crazy.
And
So that means grandma and grandpa, guys.
Yes. So for my Latinos out there, we do some Spanglish
That's right.
skits of grandma and grandpa. You know, just stuff that we grew up with. So that's one of my favorite characters
Clever.
to play.
I love it.
Nice.
I love it when
Thank
she's looking at the
you.
camera. She's like, Prince, you gotta watch it.
Okay.
I shared it on our page, so like watch her work because it's insane.
Nice.
Yeah, we have to have a little cafecito video coming up with Abuela and Abuelo.
You guys must have so much fun together.
We do. Let me tell you, there is never a dull moment. So I'm an actress.
Yeah, so good at
I've
it.
been in the film and television industry for, oh gosh, I'm going to date myself now, over 26 years.
Wow, congratulations.
Okay.
Thank you. I started in New York, of course. So I started
Nice.
modeling in New York. And then I did some acting. So I was on film. Actually, my first film on set was with Jada Pinkett. So I got to
Come
meet
on
her.
now.
Yes. very
Insane.
cool.
So you already know that was your destiny.
Yeah.
Insane.
Very
What
cool.
film was
Yeah.
that?
It was called Woo.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar. God bless her soul. She's
So
looking
Tommy
right now.
Davidson Jr. and Pinkett, Jada Pinkett. So that was pretty cool.
Wow.
I got to meet both of them. And we filmed
Crazy.
in Washington Square Park. And I,
That
you
was
know,
That was before she was a big star.
yeah.
She was just
That was
starting
like
too.
in her early career. And I just got bit by the bug. So ironically, I moved to Florida to pursue my career. Went to film school when I got here. Just loved
Wow.
it so much. So I switched from being a pre-med major in
What?
college to film school. Yes.
How'd your
Nice.
parents feel about this?
I did. You know, they just said, do what you love.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're one of the
And-
blessed ones that got support.
Yeah. So
She's like, it was hard. That's
it
a
was
big
hard.
switch.
It was a big switch. But, you know, I was living on my own at 18, and it was a little unrealistic for me to try to go to medical school at that point, trying to juggle my bills, my rent, my car.
I can imagine.
Say that again,
So-
kids. She said she was out on her own
Yes.
at 18. teen.
That's
We
right.
couldn't wait to get out of our parents' house back in the day.
It's different now.
It's different now.
Yeah.
You know, I
Who-
wish I had the opportunity now. If I stayed home, then I would have went to medical school.
Yeah,
medical
Yeah.
I'm
school.
doing that.
But, you know, not just to be lazy and play video games. That's not happening.
Yes.
No.
That's what is happening now.
No, no. No, that wasn't that.
No,
right.
Prince,
That's
you're
right.
a trip.
It wasn't that type of pie.
And what is the booking actor?
That's hilarious.
So the booking actor is my new program because I've been an actor now for so many years. So I'll backtrack. I went to film school. I worked in film and television production for a good solid 10 years.
Wow.
And then during that time, I got recruited into the pageant world. So I was juggling like Converse and stilettos and just kind of living this crazy life of doing
Okay.
film work and pageantry. And then I started getting pulled in front of the camera on set. So I was working behind the scenes and they kept saying, Jenny, you know, we really need you on camera. And I was like, I'm not an actress. I've done a little bit, but I'm not trained. And they said, we don't care. You look good. So I said, you know what? I need to know how to act. If they're going to pull me on camera, then I need to know what I'm doing.
Wow.
That's just how I approach things. You know, I want to be good at what I do. Even if it's
Love
by
it.
surprise, I want to be prepared.
Absolutely.
So
Right.
I went to school for acting. And I just started,
You're on fire tonight, Prince.
I love it. Yes. So I went back to school for all kinds of stuff. I went back to school for acting. I trained with a lot of different instructors, different schools. Went back to school for my business degree. So
Nice.
Good for you.
thank you.
Now you know how to manage that. That's highly important,
Yes,
guys.
yes. So I have a master's degree in project management,
Wow.
which has helped me in my acting and production career because you got to know how to organize. If you're producing, you got to know how to organize the set and your crew and all the, you know, variables that are involved with a production.
Wow.
But then when you're an actor, guess what? It's a business. You're an entrepreneur.
Come on.
Right.
That is one thing I've noticed that actors haven't quite gotten. It hasn't clicked for a lot of them. And, you know, now it's been so many years that I've been acting. I do tons of commercial work. Sometimes I do film work as well. And I started getting so many phone calls and emails and actors asking me how to do this, how do I do that?
Insane. Yeah, pretty much. It's like the learning, you know, this is the field that a lot of, when you're in this field, in any field, and you're living your passion, business is the key. Like, you have to know about
Yeah.
business, you have to know about management, just so you could conduct yourself, figure yourself out, where to
Exactly.
go with it, how to manage it. You've done that. You went to school for that.
Right.
Has it worked for you?
It has worked for me. It's really helped me to be able to be very observant, be very analytical as an actor because I didn't know anybody starting out in the industry, right? And it's a very tricky industry to navigate.
Absolutely.
If you have somebody to hold your hand, good for you. That's
Right.
amazing. But not everybody has that. But because of my business skills, I was able to apply that to the acting world and just say, okay, let me step back and look at this differently. Who's successful? What are they doing?
Okay.
What's working? You know, following the agents' pages, following the booking actors, looking at their marketing materials.
So you took
You
it
know,
serious.
I took it very seriously because a lot of actors come in and then they run out because it's a crazy industry. You're on call. You've got to be ready all day long,
do.
every day.
Right.
And when I first said, okay, I'm going to be an actress full time, I ran out too. Because I didn't know all the rules of how to navigate the industry. So yeah, I went to acting school. I developed that skill, right? I strengthened that muscle as an actor.
Okay.
But what they didn't teach me in acting school is how to navigate the industry,
Oh.
right? So what kind of marketing materials do I need? How should I look in my headshots? How do I
For sure.
act at the audition? How do I interact with casting directors? Do I take their workshops? Do I not take their workshops? Which ones do I take? You know, because there's a lot of networking that's involved in the industry.
Big time.
Okay.
And so it's not just about having the skill as an actor. Yeah, that's absolutely essential. That's your first step. But you have to be able to network as well and promote yourself, which, you know, is not easy. But of course, having the business skill set has helped me. And so I think that gave me a little bit of an advantage, right,
Nice.
over actors that don't have that kind of skill set. So I've developed the booking actor and put all of
no
my
way.
experiences together to be able to teach them this. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
basically like an industry navigational coaching program. So I'm not teaching you how to act.
Got it. That's a big deal. Thank you, Prince.
Thank you.
That's an overall package. I don't think we have that.
No, we don't. We really don't. So I will teach actors about what marketing materials they need to have, what your commercial headshot should look like, what your theatrical headshot should look like, your lifestyle photos, what online profile subscriptions to have, and which workshops you need to go to, how to act on set, how to prepare your wardrobe. Set etiquette is a big one that we need to talk about.
This is very important.
It
in
is.
your career.
It is because you can book your first job, but you might not book the second one if you don't know how to behave
Absolutely.
on set. If that agent
Just
like
gets
that.
a phone call and said, they were laying on the client's sofa and put their feet up on the coffee table,
It's like that.
you might not be invited back.
Yes.
Right. Gotcha.
So there are so many things that actors have to learn outside of acting school.
Now, when
And
you
that's-
do this, teaching this, how do your the actors, the people that go into your school, receive what you tell
That's a
them?
good question.
Okay, so I created an online program. And because of my business skills, right, coaches need coaches. So I hired coaches this last year. This is a program I've been working on for an entire year now, basically 13 months I've been working on this. And I've been working with a team of coaches that have taught me how to develop an online school.
Whoa.
So I have a blueprint I've been following to develop my program.
I love it. You must have got these buttons.
So it's been, a lot of learning curves for me this year between the coaching, learning the program, then learning the software to upload all my courses into.
Oh, wow.
And then, of course, I'm developing the content myself. So I shoot it, I write the scripts, I edit, and then I upload. And then now I'm basically in the marketing phase after 13 months of developing.
Sweet.
And then I'll just keep adding courses online. So if they go to the bookingactor.com, it's a monthly subscription.
Got it.
Nice.
It's going to be about $49. I'm making it super affordable
Wow.
right now so that actors, a lot of them are starting out. They don't have a consistent paycheck. So
For sure.
I want it to be attainable. Okay. So they subscribe for this monthly subscription of courses online that they can take from home. They can rewatch, they can pause, they can play.
Yeah.
And I have some challenges on there for them as well so that it can be interactive.
Wow.
And then every month I'll just keep adding more courses. I'll get feedback and, see what they need help with. And so month number 1, you're saving thousands
I
of
was just
dollars.
fixing to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
You cannot get this in any
No.
sort of acting school at all.
Right.
Right.
I don't want to shout out the names, but
I
trust me, you
believe it.
cannot. Yes.
Right. So just for one workshop alone, the starting price across the board is about $250.
Yes.
That's
For
just for
one.
one.
Yes, it is.
That's just for one. You can't record. You go in, you're there for 1 to 3 hours, and then you're out, right? In person, or if it's a live webinar or something. But in this program, you're getting thousands of dollars worth of material, basically for $50 a month. It's
can't beat
such a
that.
good deal. You
No,
cannot
not
beat
at all.
that. Right. And it helped me out because before I was trying to help people one-on-one, and it was like, repeat. And I said, no, this doesn't make sense. I need to record it, upload it, and then you can replay if you want.
I like that. That's a big deal because you could replay, you could pause at home, you could stop. I wish I had that. I was kind of thrown in there. I made a few, but also too, I'm sure I could have learned a lot more. It was just I was getting tired because it's so many auditions and you just get denied. If I would have known more about the field and someone to teach me, then I would have grown. Not even your own agents don't even teach you. They just
Because who do you go to? That's what they
Right.
say.
Who do you go to?
those modeling schools, but it's unaffordable.
Yeah.
Right.
They get you in there just to see it, and then they start charging you on everything:
Right.
the photos, to the courses, to the
Jesus.
walking, everything. And I could have never done it.
Right. And
Do you
once
have- Do you have connections, like if they need to get photo shoots and all that kind
That's a
of
good
thing?
one.
in the Central Florida area and South Florida areas, yes.
Okay.
But in other markets like New York or California, I could reach out to people and get recommendations. Or, you know, Google is a great tool. I use it all the time. I look at reviews. And what I tell actors is whatever market you're in, you look up your photographers, but really you just ask the agents. A lot of times they have a list of their recommended photographers that they know they're going to get good quality work that's going to help you get booked.
Yeah.
And then you go to that photographer's website and you look and see if they have the photos that are similar to what you want to look like. You know, when I look at an inspiration photo, I don't look at a blog.
About these things.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
true. So,
Right.
because we're afraid of reaching out to the unknown, referrals is huge. Because I trust it, and I know if Jenny refers me, I'll trust it,
Yeah.
and I'll definitely go. That is what I am kind of now still stuck, and so I go by referrals.
Okay.
I rarely go out with just looking. It has to be a referral for me
Yeah.
because I know if my person's great, I can't imagine their people. Oh, welcome back to
Welcome
Peace
back.
on the Streets. Who was
Yeah.
that? Was that Joe?
That was Joe.
That's my
Don't want
era.
to be a player.
Yes, man. Where has R&B
That
gone?
was smooth. I know.
Come on, Usher, come back.
Yeah. Well, he will. He'll be at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Does he have new material?
You know he's gonna be. Don't want to hear nothing new. They want to hear all that old stuff.
He came up with a new song recently. I just forgot the name of it, but it's with SZA, I think it is. It's
Oh, okay.
I want Usher by himself though. I want Usher.
I know those
Yeah.
dance moves.
Oh
right?
man, the
Yeah.
voice, like you can't go wrong, like Usher.
He's so smooth.
Yeah,
And he's clean.
and he still looks good.
Yeah.
Kept it clean. You know, he kept it clean.
Yeah, I like
You
that.
know,
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Especially
even though all the
today.
did
Yes.
stuff.
And finally, we got some still clean, like Casanova, like R&B music. I mean, it's gone like left now, guys. Music, she's like everything, rap.
Well, they have a couple of guys, new songs that's out. I'm sorry, I don't know the name. I know the song, and the guy kind of sound like Marvin Gaye,
Really?
and he's real smooth. So they're trying to bring the R&B back.
Okay.
Well, Peace on the Streets right here. Tune in every Wednesday for the
like it.
real R&B classic Quiet Storm. We got our special guest, Jenny Rosario, in the building where she's inspiring you guys right now for actors. Anybody that wants to be an inspired actor, or if you are an actor and you really want to know more about the industry, more about the field, and know about how to go about it, there's a lot of tricks and schemes out there too as well, guys. So you really need to know who you could trust and where to go with it. So we got Jenny here. She has a complete package that teaches you guys about the fundamentals of acting, which is highly important, especially to know about casting directors. And we were just speaking about that.
Right. We were just talking about that. So what I was telling Mimi is that even when you take the booking actor program, you're still going to have to invest in your career, right? You're starting a business. So just like with any business, you have to invest in it. And one of the things I tell my students is that you've got to invest in the casting director workshops. They're just must-haves, and they were career, like, game changers for me. I literally went from not booking to booking like crazy.
Wow.
Really?
After I took several casting director workshops, because in these workshops you build a rapport with a casting director.
Networking.
And now, yes,
Yes.
you network with them. They get to see your work one-on-one. They get to critique you. You learn their formulas. I
Okay.
repeat, you learn their formulas. Every casting director has their own formula of what they like to see, especially nowadays in self-tapes. So that's something essential. When you know who you're auditioning for, you better know how to audition for them.
That's a big deal.
Yes, it's a big deal.
Nerve-wracking.
It is. Well, if you take the class, then it's not.
Come on!
Because then you're like, I know the scene.
And you're confident.
Hey.
You're confident.
Yeah.
Let me
That's
tell
what's
you,
happening.
when you're confident, it shows straight up,
It
and
does.
they already know. So there's a lot of like ways to go about it in this field. Now, real quick, what's the website for that? How they can
It
invest
is
in this?
thebookingactor.com.
There you go, guys.
That's simple. You want to be a booking actor? Go to thebookingactor.com.
All right.
We're going to repeat that again. Now, you got a red box here. And for you that are listening, guys, don't forget peaceonthestreets.com. Tune in right now where you can watch us and hear us.
I've been wondering what's in that box.
We got a red box. It looks like a toolbox, right?
It is.
Surprised they didn't ask sooner, Prince.
Yeah.
So what do we got inside?
This is a special toolbox. It's red. Now, back in the day in film school, I had a red toolbox.
No way.
With real tools in it because I had to learn stagecraft and all that, right?
Wow.
So when I was developing this program, I said, you know what? Now I'm an actor and I still have a tool chest. It's a symbolic tool chest. We have to develop our craft and learn all these skills that we have to put into our tool chest. In addition to acting tools, right? Because
Wow.
you got to have different personalities that you can pull out and
From the grill to the store. What you got, Prince, on? You cut us off. Go ahead.
So this is my symbolic tool chest, right?
Nice.
And I teach you in the booking actor all
wow.
of the tools that you should have in your tool chest as an actor. Okay? And so something I've been talking about lately are the 7 tools that every actor should have in their tool chest, right?
wow.
And that's one of the courses that I have on the website right now that I dive a lot deeper into each of these 7 tools. And I'm going to give you a little sneak peek here. The first one is personality.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You guys got to see this.
Okay, you are an actor. You must have personality. Okay, a lot of actors, to be real, they're very shy. And it's so interesting because once they go on camera, they can just light up and bring on the personality, right? But sometimes they're leaving stuff on the table because they're so shy that they go into the audition room and they don't let the casting director or the clients see any of their real personality.
So they're not selling themselves.
And they're not selling themselves.
Wow.
So sometimes it's personality that's going to set you apart from another actor. Because if you both have flawless auditions, let's face it, the one with a easygoing personality is going to book it because the client's going to say, they're fun. I want to work with them.
Yeah.
Right.
The other one, a little awkward, right?
They're easy to work with, and they can see, wow, big deal.
So number one, personality. And, it might sound simple, but it's really not.
Huh.
It's huge.
Maybe that's how I get lucky sometimes.
Yeah. So again, then we have our marketing materials that I dive into in this particular course. We have online professional profile subscriptions that actors have to have.
Oh, wow.
And you won't know about them unless somebody teaches you about them, right? Unless you're just going to learn the hard way step by step and maybe get frustrated and leave. And then, just like a carpenter, their tools get a little dull after a while, right? Same thing with acting. If you're not on set booking, you better be in a class working that muscle and sharpening those tools. So that's something I address with the actors also. You got to keep sharpening those tools, whether it's your marketing materials, your acting skills, whatever it is, your public speaking, your teleprompting. I mean, there's so many things.
This is a full-time job.
It
if
is.
you're in it to win
it
it.
is.
If you're in it to win it.
She says, why it was hard for me is because I have young kids. It was hard to pick up and go. They literally will call you like at 2 o'clock and say, hey, 4 o'clock, you better make it. And you won't even know where it's coming from, what happened.
Wow.
But your agent's calling you because they're interested in you. And you have to drop everything and go. So it's hard to have a job.
You pretend you're a doctor. You're just on call.
Just like that. Yes.
So that's one of the things that I teach. You have to have self-discipline in this industry, and it's a business. So it's very easy to tell your friends and family, no, I'm not working today. I don't have any auditions. I'm not booked. I'll babysit. Oh, don't fall for that trap. Because the minute you bring that kid to your house, your agent is going to call and say, I need this audition within 2 hours.
Yes,
right?
just like that.
Yeah. So do not fall for that trap. Protect your schedule. Monday through Friday, I'd say about 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., you need to be available for your craft. And if you're not on set and you're not auditioning, guess what? You need to be working on your marketing materials. You need to be doing new photo shoots, and you need to be taking classes. So if you're in it to win it, like Prince was saying, then you got to do the work. Monday through Friday, you have to be working on your business.
Quick question. When you go to these shoots, mostly they want to see you with a clean face, right? Like not too much makeup. Like this is a question that I've always wanted to know, and nobody answers me. I just come more natural, and that worked for me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So when you go to your audition, obviously you want to be the character that you're playing, but less is more in this industry. Because think about a painter, right? They want to start with a clear canvas.
Right.
Let the artist put the painting on it. So that's what your makeup stylist is for, what your wardrobe person is for, what the hairstylist is for, because they are supposed to paint you the way the director wants you to look.
So it's kind of like the pageant world. Like you kind of come in because they don't like all those glitz and glam. Because I did that the first time, and they were like, "Get out!" Like they told me to clean it up, and this was the title winners because I had the glitter like I have now. It's too much. It was too much for them. They're like, "This is not a fashion show, Mimi.
Right.
Get back there and clean your face up." And I did because I learned from the title winners. I asked them questions. I've learned myself by asking questions. But if I would have had this, I would have came in ready, and I think I would have just been stronger already. You know what I mean?
That's a great question. When I started in the industry, I wasn't booking right away. Like you said, I was going to audition after audition after audition. And I was like, what am I doing wrong? And then that's when I said, okay, I need to be more observant. And so I started going into these audition rooms like a spy, right? I was sitting there looking at all the ladies. And then I realized I'm not dressed like them. I don't have my hair styled like them. They were like little cookie cutter stamps. Boom, 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 boom. Like everybody looks exactly the same.
They did it, yes.
They all had the t-shirts, the polos, the goofy mama pants, and I'm wearing like a cute tank top and my jeans and my New York boots and my like beach waves and my red lipstick. And they're like, no, you are not going to be the mom in the commercial because you're too sexy.
Wow.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay. I'm in my 20s. I'm I'm thinking I need to go to my casting looking sexy, right?
Huh.
No.
Right. No.
Not at all. It was all about that clean cut, girl next door commercial look.
Gotcha.
And so I had to blow my hair out, straighten it, to then curl it again with a curling iron.
Oh, boy.
So that you have that smooth hair. Back then, it was all about the smooth hair, and the polos. I'm like, I do not wear polos in my real life.
Uh-huh.
But in the commercial world, you need a lot of solid, bright colors.
Correct.
Whether it's T-shirts, polos, the khaki pants.
The khaki pants. I see that.
Oh, yeah.
And the women with the little khaki pants.
Yeah.
You're
So
right.
I had to catch on, and then I finally just invested in some of that kind of wardrobe, and then I made a section in my closet that was just like commercial wardrobe.
Whoa.
And once I started kind of connecting these dots, I had to change my headshot too. One casting director, I love her for this. She said, Jenny, you just look too sexy in your headshot.
Wow.
She's like, you're just too pretty, and they want you to be plain because the commercial is about the product.
Right.
It's
That's
not
real.
about you.
That's real.
And I said, ooh.
And now here goes Jenny. But her agent said, you're just too sexy right now. Calm it down.
Yeah. So even when I do my headshots, they're not representative really of my personal character. It's my TV personality because I like to have a little winged eyeliner.
I know it.
But it is not going to happen in my commercial headshot.
Wow. See, that's a huge tip, and that's exactly how it works.
Because I'm sure a
Exactly.
lot of people come in overdressed or
Yes.
over sexy.
And the hair as well is pretty important. I came in a few casting calls with cornrows in my hair.
Yeah.
No.
No, it's not going to fly. I mean, nowadays we're getting a little more flexible. Things are starting to
Sometimes
change.
I had an exercise bike that I was able to do the commercial for, and they allow me
Yeah.
to have
And
that.
let me tell you, down to the nails.
Yes, it is.
And
Nails too.
Gosh.
it's kind of boring,
It is,
right?
Prince.
Because I can't do the fun colors.
Right.
I can't wear the really long nails. I
Correct.
can't paint my nails red. When I go to auditions, they have to either be clear or nude.
Yes.
Or maybe a light pink.
Yeah.
But that's
The
it.
fake nails can't be like, this is too much.
Yeah, even
You
the
know what I mean?
French.
Really?
The
Yes.
French is just like
Too
no
long,
go.
too much.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's got to be like small, short, but yeah, the French is too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's-
Because they're saying it's taken away from the product.
It takes away from the
Everybody
product.
start focusing on your nails.
It goes deeper than that. It can
It
take
does.
away from the product. It can be distracting. And then it can pose on set when you're actually filming after you book the job. It can pose continuity issues.
Oh,
So
wow.
the simpler your nails are, the better it is.
Gotta use this one? Okay, we gotta share that one.
Let's
Sorry
share
about
this
that.
one. Let me tell you something. If I went to medical school, I wouldn't have met my husband here.
Medical school?
Check that out. If I didn't go to medical
If you did it.
If I did
If
go.
you did.
If you
I
did go, you
go,
would not met
I
him.
would not met him.
Right. And so, real quick, give a testimony of how you met him, because I interviewed her on Latino Role Models, and I know the backstory.
Okay.
So, how did you guys meet? Because
And now
aren't they
you
cute?
survived.
They're like,
Yeah.
just put them in a magazine.
They look so happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's smooth.
Thank
too.
you. Yeah,
Lucky
yeah,
devil.
that's my baby right there.
He's the cool coming up. So, you guys actually met on set, right?
Yes, we did.
Okay, so
Yes.
you both are actors and actresses, and you guys were partnered together by your agents that are not
No.
together. No.
We had never met each other. We were not even listed with the same agency, but we went to the castings separately as well. And the marketing department of this particular commercial, put us together as a husband and wife, which happens all the time.
Okay.
But then, tell them.
And then it kept happening and happening and happening and happening.
For a year and a half, we were fake married.
No way.
What?
What are the odds of that, guys?
For all different companies, totally different marketing
With
companies.
Well, they're
Agents.
good looking couple.
Different agents.
So I
Oh,
can
this
see,
is like
you
the
know,
Latina Role Model Perfect magazine. I'm going to put them in the issue. And you guys have been together in
We
shoots
have been
and
on magazines covers together, and oh my goodness, we've done so many commercials together. And I've
Really?
even pulled them in on a couple films too.
No way. I know. I love it. It's good times. That's amazing. It's going to crack me up. You make me cough. So I've seen your pictures that you guys have together. How long have you guys both been doing this?
It's been about 10 years for me,
Wow.
Okay.
and Jenny's been doing it over 20 years now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You guys really like this field. We could put you guys on a novela. That's how great you guys are. You ever thought about that?
Mi amor.
I
mi
know.
amor.
Yeah, we have
They're
a little,
perfect.
We have a little ongoing joke in the house because he was named after like a famous telenovela star. and he can be very dramatic. So
they look
from the best.
That's what I was finna say. I know you learned a lot from her.
And when acting comes in, I don't know how you guys do it because you could just straight like turn the acting skills on. And how do you know if it's like real or not?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Are you acting?
Yeah. It seems. So novela, guys, means like a soap opera. So when we say novela, it's like them getting into a storyline. Because you could literally put them in and they would just kill it. That's how great they are.
You.
So again, Jenny, what is the website, real quick again, with the fundamentals of learning acting?
The website is thebookingactor.com. So, of course, that's www.thebookingactor.com. And you'll see a lot of my videos on social media, either at thebookingactor.com, on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok.
And how can we find that? Well,
there are two ways.
Okay.
You can either look up The Booking Actor, or you can look me up, Jenny Rosario 8. I use the number 8 on Instagram after my name. So I go by Jenny Rosario. That's my stage name. And then the 8 represents infinity. So that's why I chose that number.
Hey, I like that. And that's how we can find you on social media.
Yes.
Do you have a website other than that?
I do. My personal website is jennyrosario.com.
Great. So in case you guys want to look her up, look at her background and see her work, you must check her out. She's impressive. Again, highly impressive individuals are on this show for a reason because they make a change for you guys. Not just to mention on their craft, but she's doing this to help you guys as well. And it's her passion. So you already know she's going to go in and she's going to go all out. If you have any questions, she's there to help you. You're not left alone. Now you get into something that you know you're ready for. Prepare yourself for when you go to acting or when you do these auditions.
Right.
Now you're prepared. Literally, we all were thrown in there when we were growing up.
Yes.
And the only thing that was available were these schools. And these schools are crazy expensive.
Family couldn't afford it.
It's still crazy expensive. And they're still calling us because they called my son recently. And now what they do is they put you in a Zoom. And when they put you in a Zoom, they have you read out these pages. And then they're like, I'll pick you. But all it is I'm picking you to go to the school that you have to pay for. And so I stopped doing that.
It's hustling.
They sent me one yesterday.
Actors still have to go to acting school. So, it really bothers me
What's the
when
difference
people...
between the acting school, the schools?
You can go to an
Or a
acting
director.
school, or you can take acting workshops. They both serve a good
Okay.
purpose because sometimes it's like an 8-week intensive program, which is fine. You can take multiple of those back to back. I'm not saying you have to go to like Juilliard, right? But there are many acting schools around that are excellent. And I actually teach at one. I teach at the
Nice.
Maley School in
Nice.
Orlando.
Wow.
Excellent school. Actually graduated from there.
Hey,
Hey,
all right.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, you know this is home. Anything that you're doing, please reach out in the films or whatever you have going on. Our time is wrapping up, and I hate it.
I know it.
Thank you so
I know.
much.
You got to release the website.
Okay. If you want to learn how to navigate the acting industry and become a booking actor, then you need to go to www.thebookingactor.com, and Coach Jenny will help you navigate your career and be successful.
What? That is a big deal, guys. Big deal, especially for the ladies out there in the field and my pageant sisters that are listening right now. If you guys are interested in acting, I know you guys said a lot of you were. Reach out to Jenny. Remember, she's a former competitor right here for Miss International World. So she's a beast in the game and she'll be able to help you guys in the system. Again, Jenny, we adore you. Thank you so much for your friendship and your time. I was referred to her by Miss Angela. I'm telling you, she works with monsters in the game that know what they're doing, and we want to be here because she knows what she's doing.
Yes.
Well, thank you again.
Absolutely.
It's always such an honor to work with you, and
Thank
I love
you.
what you're doing in the community and
you.
YouTube, Prince.
Thank you for
so
coming in.
much.
Thank you so
We
much for your
appreciate
time.
you.
We adore you guys. Keep going. Let us know if we can help you further. Please come back on our show.
I'd love
We'd
to.
love to hear more from you guys and more of your experience and anything you want to release, whether it comes to like video promos, send it to us because we can air that as well and we
Yep.
can show it visually as well.
Okay, great.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
ladies and
Thank
gentlemen,
you.
again, reach out to Peace on the Streets Radio if you want more information about Jenny Rosario. You can reach out to us if you can't find her. But again, the website.
Thebookingactor.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jenny Rosario! Woo! Good job, Prince!
Right here on Peace on the Street. Jenny from the Bronx.
Yeah!
Hello.
Come on!
And we on.
We are live
with
right now.
one and only Mrs. International World.
Ow.
Mrs. Angela.
Come on. Live on set. So if you guys don't know, we actually competed.
Hi, guys. It's breaking up really bad. I can't hear anything.
Oh, we got to make sure that you can hear us. Can you hear us now, Miss Angela?
How about now?
A little better, not that much.
Let me stay still. Okay.
How about now?
That's better.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that. So, guys, if you don't know, we actually competed last Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we were live in effect at Port St. Lucie, Florida, where there was over 23 women that were competing against each other internationally. So we have the winners. And if you guys don't know, you will know tonight who the winners are. It's insane. All of them are on the line right now. We're just missing maybe one or two. It's because there's one that's a child that's literally like 7 to 8 years old.
Right.
She won. So we want to give a shout out to Lauren. Her parents did hit me up. As of right now, of course, she can't speak. She's 8 years old and she's in bed, but she won. So one time, we're going to figure out how to get her on. Yeah. And if we can't get her on live, I'm maybe going to get like an audio clip from her, Prince, so we can air that. So congratulations, young lady Lauren, for winning. And now we have the winners that are live right now. And, of course, they're adults, so they're live with us. So we have Miss Angela. Would you like to introduce the ladies? Because they're literally all on the line right now with you. Miss Prince.
Yes, Miss Angela, would you like to introduce the winners?
Well, who's on? So I know who's there.
So we have, put this mic on real quick. Okay, can you hear me there, Prince?
I believe we have Therese, correct?
Correct. So I switched microphones, so bear with me, Miss Angela. I switched microphones to make sure it sounds better. So
we have Therese. Therese is our new Miss International World.
Hello.
Therese in the building! Woo!
Congratulations.
Live in effect from DC right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So Therese, give us a little background about yourself.
Oh, hon, you are breaking up so bad I
listen.
can barely hear you.
All right, can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay, give us a little background about yourself.
A little bit of background about myself. Yes. Well, I am an Air Force veteran. I am also a dog mom, a plant mom, and proud Miss International World. I'm very glad to represent the organization and be a part of all these phenomenal women's lives. And so I'm just honored to be here, and I'm honored to be on your show. Thank you so much for having me and my fellow Queen sisters.
Oh, man. Therese, you are amazing in all that you do. And I loved your testimony when you competed. You literally touched everybody's hearts. And you're doing such a big thing in the industry, meaning like you're making a change for other individuals. You're just really pinpointing facts of what happened to you and how you made a change. Just a real quick testimony of what is the mission that you're on right now, Therese?
So currently my mission, and I'm publishing a book that's going to come out on Veterans Day. I'm a sexual assault survivor, so I was assaulted as a child and as an adult while serving in the military. And so I'm publishing a book on Veterans Day, which would be the 10-year anniversary of me surviving being assaulted, in order to help other survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault. And it's running rampant in this country as far as in the military. You know, you hear stories all the time of it happening to children in churches or by family members. And so right now I'm hoping to raise awareness about that and help as many survivors as I can, help them understand that they are heard, it's not their fault, and that they can take their power back and live a normal, healthy life and not let those situations dictate them. So that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to most, is trying to help all those who feel silenced and unheard and who are dealing with the pain of overcoming that trauma and may feel a little stuck and not be aware of what to do.
I am so proud of you. You are going to really help other individuals that have been through this, and you're absolutely right. In the military, there is a fallout when it comes to protecting the women, and I'm not gonna lie, and I know we're here live on air, but it's the truth. And you know, there's a lot of and whoever has their sound in the background, just kind of turn that off, because we want to hear these ladies. But what you're saying is facts. We already know. We've seen it. We've actually seen women get murdered, and then they have to go find out what happened, and they realize they've been reporting the sexual assault. They have been announcing it. So this right here is really going to help women to get stronger, to understand that it's not right. We all know it's not right, and to say something. And to have people hear them, listen, and do something about it.
Absolutely.
Vanessa very proud of
is
you.
a perfect example of that. When she was murdered during the pandemic, I was already in the process of writing my book, but then when her murder happened and she had reported that she was assaulted, that's when I said, no, I have to start speaking out against this, because people don't realize how common this is becoming, and they shouldn't have to live with that pain and that, the shame of feeling it's their fault when it isn't. And so, like I said, whatever I can do to help, that's what I'm aiming to do, and just be kind of a shoulder to lean on for others, because I know that was one thing I didn't have after I was assaulted. I only had a couple people that assisted me, and mostly my attorney, who believed in me and believed me. And so it's so important to have that support system, but a lot of people don't know where to go to get that support system.
May I ask you real quick, what got you the strength to be able to do this?
The grace of God.
Amen.
Really, honestly, I think it was the grace of God. I mean, like I said, I was assaulted as a child, and when I share my story with people now, the first thing they say is, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." And what I respond with is, I say, "Don't be sorry." I said, as horrible as those incidents that happened to me were, I'm not sorry they happened, because God knew I could heal from them. I would be a survivor, and I would use what happened to me to help other people who may not have the strength to get through it. So I'm not sorry, because as long as I can spare one child or one teenager or one woman from this happening to them, or help them heal from it, then all that pain and suffering I had to go through would be worth it if I can spare someone else from having to ever go through that.
This is a big deal, and now you're on a platform in Miss International World where it's really gonna help you make that movement even larger in calibers that you might not even seen coming. Is there anything that you want to say, or anyone you want to give thank you to while you're live right now on the air?
First of all, I want to give thanks to Angela, Sasmita, Willina, for being such phenomenal examples of giving and gracefulness and loving others and empowering women. I mean, literally, that's what they've been doing for the last few years. I know when Willina ran, when Sasmita ran, and then Angela starting this organization, they're dedicating countless hours, pouring their love into other women to help other women promote their platforms. That's powerful.
Exactly.
They're using their time to help other women promote their platforms. And for me, that means so much to me, because I feel like in this world, we have a lot of women who are catty, who fight with each other, and they try to tear each other down. And to be a part of an organization where it's the polar opposite, they are about empowering each other, helping one another. And to me, that is so important. That's more important than anything. And so if I could give any thanks, it would be to those three women, because I wouldn't even be here right now if it weren't for the kindness that they showed me.
I love it. It is so real and genuine, and I love the power in your voice, my friend. I love your passion, your heart, and your soul. Keep doing what you're doing, Therese. And listen, we're all here for you, and we support you. So anything you wish to do, reach out to us, because this is what it is, a sisterhood. And congratulations, my friends, for winning Miss International World, the top category. God bless your soul.
Thank you. And congrats to you too, Miss Congeniality. That's your nickname from now on.
Yes! We're together for now on. Again, this is a sisterhood, guys. So that means we support each other. We did behind the scenes, and we're doing it in the front line. And this is what we do. Woman empowerment. I love it, Therese. Thank you so much for introducing yourself and expressing yourself to our audience. We appreciate your time and your boldness, plus your strength. Thank you for everything and all that you do. And thank you for serving our country.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, absolutely. You were worth Veterans Day's coming up. So thank you for serving our country.
Yes. Thank you so much.
A fan of pageantry at first. I didn't really understand what pageantry was. And I went and I lost my first pageant, and it was very disappointing. I kept going after that, and I just kept, losing. So I took a break for a minute, and I was like, I'm done with pageantry. That's it. But I got into a point in my life where I got sick and tired of settling for less and not allowing myself to maximize my potential. And I realized that a lot of women like me do the same thing. So I talked to my mom about it, And she was like, maybe you should go for it again. And then when I tried my next pageant after that situation and saying, like, let me try to revamp my life and start in the pageant space again, I actually won and was able to serve after winning my title in the community by doing backpack drives and just being able to show up for other people in my space.
Ooh. So it really helped you with values and standards. It was just more than a pageant. It's just more about serving others.
Yes, it's like what Miss Angela says as to why she created the Miss International World Organization. It's a way of life. Once you're a queen, you're always a queen. And I love the fact that we don't just hold our reign and our titles for that 1 year. Like, we don't have, okay, Miss International World 2023. Yes, you won your reign that year, but once you're Miss International World, you will always be Miss International World. And I love that.
We're sisters forever. You guys are stuck with me. I love it. Where are you located right now?
I'm located in Lauderhill, Florida.
So that's what you're representing right now, down South Florida. What an amazing experience, young lady. You are around greatness. You are great. It's such an honor and pleasure to meet you. You speak so well, and you're going to do so good representing this title. Is there anything you want to say, thank yous or shout outs, or anything you wish to say?
Yes, I especially want to say thank you so much to Susmita because she really, really pushed me to just keep going. I had many times where I was doubting myself, and I just, to be honest and authentically, just to be very transparent, wanted to throw in the title in towel and give up. And the reason why I will always honor and respect and love this organization is because you can tell it's not. There's organizations or movements out there that claim to be about women empowerment, and it's not really about women empowerment. This past weekend, Mimi, I really felt the sisterhood. I felt the genuine, pure energy from it wasn't even just Susmita, but it was from everyone. And to be able to experience someone like Susmita that sees the potential in me and really wants to help uplift other women, it really warmed my heart and made me want to just do well and perform well overall. But to say thank you to anyone, I want to say thank you to Susmita, and especially my mom as well, because she was there on her birthday for the final day. Yes.
Wow. God, Mom, happy birthday. May God bless you and many more.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome, and you're absolutely right. This is the reason why I fell in love with the organization, because I'm not about malicious or vindictive or jealousy. I'm really about empowering and helping other people become better versions of themselves. So being around this organization, I've seen it. I've seen it behind the scenes and front line. It's the reason why it got me to compete, because I was actually doing a media run, and I ended up to be offered to compete by the title winners. So they empower you. They help you think that, you know, what you didn't think you were. They help you understand yourself a little further.
Yes.
I didn't see it in myself, but I know I'm around greatness when I'm around this organization. And this is one that you truly know. Each and every person delivered genuineness and their quality of a human being to each other. So I appreciate you guys for being with me live on the air, because you trust me. So thank you for this time. Thank you for representing, and congratulations.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to you. I know you worked the stage, and you just had the most beautiful energy.
Thank you so much. I'm going to give it to God. And, you know, remember, keep your souls pure, guys, by keeping yourself around greatness that deliver the same value as you or better than you, because they're going to make you great. So keep that going. I'm very proud of you guys. You're choosing the right places to be for yourselves.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So now we have Marianne Lobo. Is she here right now? Yes.
Hello there.
Oh, so please represent your title, my friend.
How are you? Nice to see you.
Great. I'm such an honor and a pleasure for you to be with us as well. What is your title for the audience to know?
Well, I am Miss International World Portada, and basically Portada is the face of Portada magazine, and is involved heavily in the Hispanic community, from attending events to community service. and the epitome of elegance, So we're going to be all over the magazines and promoting, obviously, the beauty, but also self-confidence and, all that good stuff.
And you definitely have it, my friend. We see the confidence in you, but you were enjoying it the whole time, and that's such a beautiful thing to see that. What got you to be a part of this pageant run, my friend?
Well, what got me to be part of this pageant is that I believe it's a great way to promote health, fitness, and inner beauty among women, and children of all ethnic groups, while producing positive role models for the whole community. It also helps us women to promote self-confidence, self-worth, moral, academic, and social support from our youth. So, it's just an amazing opportunity to also meet a wonderful, talented women, which we did, which you're one of them. And I'm just so grateful for the whole opportunity.
It was an amazing experience, and you guys are really phenomenal what you do. The way that you carry yourselves as well is really hard to find. I've really loved you guys. The way.
And Mimi, if I can just interject a minute.
You made
Marianne's going to be a guest on Make Our World Your Runway Friday.
Thank you. Oh, say that one more time, guys. Sorry, I had two people talking. Sorry.
I said Marianne's going to be a guest on Make Our World Your Runway Friday.
Yes!
Yes! Awesome. And also, I want to thank Miss Angela. You were amazing. She was actually who motivated me, to be part of this organization. She plays a huge role in this whole process, and I'm really grateful to her.
It's insane how we just she collaborated greatness together, guys, and she knows what she's doing, and it always comes from the head that's in the game. So the leader is the one that delivers greatness of people in this, and when you got a great leader that has that, it shows that the rest of the team is going to be like that. That's hard to find, and this is when you're around greatness. Marianne, what do you want to do? You want to say a shout out, thank yous, or to anyone?
Yes. To me, as a Hispanic, as a Latina, of course, it's so important to thank my family, for all the support, for always being there. All the girls from the pageant, they were always supporting me. And actually, we're supporting each other because that's what women empowerment should be all about. But definitely my family, my mom, my dad, my brothers, my sister-in-law, she's like my sister. And my little queen, my niece, my little princess. They're always there supporting me, and I'm always thinking about them. And that's just helping me, become a better person every day.
I love it. Congratulations on bringing the title home, my friend. Well deserved, all you ladies. It's such an honor to be in your presence. And now we have the leader of the pack. We're going to say Miss Angela, but Miss Angela, is Stefania here?
I don't know. Is there Stefania there, or?
We might have lost her, but don't worry. We'll bring her on the air next Wednesday because she's a title winner as well. She's Miss Supermodel, and she killed the game, and God bless her soul because she was insane. So, Miss Angela, the leader of the pack, CEO, Miss International World, we love you and adore you. Thank you so much for the opportunities that you deliver to us all. Thank you for your heart and soul. We already know that you actually love us and care about us, and that just makes us so happy to be a part of this journey. Please, Miss Angela, is there anything you would wish to say?
Yes, we got to thank all the sponsors here. And, of course, we want to thank everybody on Peace on the Streets for having us every Wednesday evening. And we want to take this opportunity to thank the pageant production, which was SP Fashion Direct, LLC, our pageant coordinator, Susmita Patel, our training coach, Walina Rodriguez, our amazing host coming back every year, Lamont Easter. The hair was done by Janet and her great team at My Lux Salon. Makeup by Rebecca Major. The venue, the beautiful Hilton Gardens Inn. The swimwear was Royalty Couture. And, of course, our great photographer, Carlos Abiza. And then for media, Garcia Media. And then our big sponsor was Atik Rahman from the Bangladesh American Chamber of Commerce. So we want to reach out to all these people that were so gracious to us and our amazing team. And believe it or not, I heard some great words from the Hilton Garden Inn today. I mean, they really would love to have us back. They never done anything like that. They said it was absolutely amazing. I mean, it's something that we can consider. Now we have a lot of different venues that people would like to see this event. So we're going to, start making our plans for 2024 and see where the best facility is and go from there.
I love it. It's a big shout out to the Hilton for blessing us with an amazing reviews. But I already know our ladies are great. I already know. I love it, the fact that we all were just so amazing to their staff, and we truly appreciated them. So thank you again, Miss Angela, for your time and trust. Thank you for airing with us, Miss International World, every Wednesday here on Peace on the Streets Radio, WOKB Orlando, at 10:15 on the dot. Ladies and gentlemen, the title winners, Therese, Stefania, Skolosher, and Marianne.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome, you guys, to Sports Talk. Right here on Peace on the Streets Radio Show.
Let's go.
This is one of my favorite segments, you guys. So, hey, you guys, we're going to get into some of the sports talk. So, we're going to let everybody in. I got a full house tonight that's rocking with me. I got a whole baseball team with me. So, you guys, let's roll.
That's right, guys. So, of course, man, we got mad people in the building. We got our boy George Michael back there, and he is repping the Prince seat right now. You look good over there, bro.
I'm in the booth, baby. Call me DJ George. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
The GM.
He's about to learn DJing. He's about to drop the sports. He's just going to become a full-time DJ, man, after a couple times with this. And, of course, we got our boy Steve.
What up? What it do?
What's up, brother? And we got our special guest who's not in uniform, but don't worry, guys. We're going to change that soon. We got Brandon in the building. What's up, Brandon?
What's up?
My boy repping the Orlando Magic.
Oh, I got to. It's opening night. Like, all night, every night, Yeah.
That's right, brother. And, we are going to be talking about sports as we do every night. And we're going to have our boy, El Cubano Loco, over there, kick us off. So, George, tell us what we got going on with sports right now, brother.
Yo soy El Cubano. You already know, baby. We're going to talk about the Magic a little later. But right now, we're going to go over the Florida football teams because Week 6 was a little crazy for them. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they lost to the Atlanta Falcons. 16-13, dropping the record to 3-3. Baker Mayfield had 27 completions with 42 attempts, 245 yards, 1 TD, and 1 interception. Mike Evans, 6 catches for 82 yards and 1 TD. The Bucs are now second in the division behind the Falcons, and they play tomorrow night the Buffalo Bills at Buffalo. Steve, I know you were watching that game, and Brandon, I know definitely you were watching that game. Well, let me hear some of your opinions on what exactly happened on how they folded at the end.
Well, I mean, I think it's just a Baker Mayfield problem, honestly, really. That's a good word it's going back to, honestly. We were talking about this last week as well, Like, it's about time for maybe the change. And then, honestly, I think what's going to happen, it's only a matter of time. They're going to go to Buffalo. Same exact situation is going to happen. When is it Kyle Trask time? Like, when is it time? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Baker did definitely disappoint for sure. Like last week, it was not a good game for him. It wasn't a good game for the Bucs in general. Like when you have an NFC South division foe, like at home, mind you, they're not on the. This wasn't a few weeks ago in New Orleans where they're at the Superdome where a loss would have been excusable, but they actually pulled out the win. No, this is at home in front of your fans after getting crushed by the Lions as well. This is your chance, gut check time to make a statement, and they fell flat. And I would say, yeah, Baker had a hand to play in it, but I think also as well. Some other things that just didn't help was, for example, the overall offensive game plan. You have, again, for what seems like every single game this week, the running attack is just non-existent. It's not there. And so, yeah, some of those throws, some of those mistakes, the interception late in the game, you can definitely put on Baker. And it's like, yeah, you are a pro quarterback. You can't make those mistakes. But at the same time, if your running game's not setting you up for success, there's not much more you can do at this point.
Yeah, I totally agree with you as well on that. And honestly, with the trade deadline coming up as well, I mean, the Bucs got some decisions to make, honestly. They've already made the decision they're not going to re-sign Mike Evans, which I understand, but not.
Why?
Why? Maybe the age, but the man's still putting up prolific numbers. So
every single year he's had 1,000 yards.
Yeah, like that's unheard of.
And this year he's probably going to hit that again, and with 3 different quarterbacks under center.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think if you're going to do it, you need to do it this week because otherwise you're not going to get anything back for it. you know, and where are they going? Because they could use some pieces, obviously, and especially in the run game. You know, I mean, there's plenty of teams out there. I mean, ergo, Tennessee now is on the rumored to be trading off Derrick Henry. You know, I mean, that could be an interesting piece, and that would definitely get the Bucs fans in the building.
Yeah.
Getting Henry out there, you know.
And just like Brendan was saying earlier, man, when we were talking off of air, the O-line is not up to par. You know, they're probably like in the bottom half of the league when it comes to rankings. And with just a typical football fan out there, when you look at teams and what teams are at the top of the list, the monsters of the leagues, they have big time quarterbacks. And Baker Mayfield is not a big-time quarterback, man. I like him. He's a dog. He's not scared of nobody. He goes at defenses like if he's like, I don't know, in a boxing ring. But when it comes to throwing these clutch throws that the Bucs need him to make, you see that it doesn't happen. You saw that on Sunday.
Yeah, I think Baker Mayfield has a place in the league. I'm not saying he's a bum by any stretch or anything, but he's a solid 3 to 4 if your star quarterback is out. You know, like last year, he came in off the street pretty much, and for the Rams, you know, came back, won the game, barely did the playbook. You know, he's a baller. It's more or less just he can't maintain that throughout the whole season. So I kind of feel like he's a phenomenal backup.
Yes.
You know, and then you could probably get him,
that's
especially.
not a knock.
Yeah, and not at all. And there's plenty of people that, you know, Cooper Rush 2 years ago, the Cowboys, if they didn't have Cooper Rush, they would have been the laughing stock of the league. But Cooper Rush balled out. Yep. So I'm not saying they're on the same level, but in the same aspect, they kind of are the same guy in a way. You know, like they can put you in some good games, they can have you help you win, but you're not creating the future around them anymore.
Right, but if you take him out, who would you put in right now?
Kyle Trask.
Kyle
Trask. And I think the reason you would go Kyle Trask is because you have them for two more years, and you got to see what you got. You know, especially with the way that the season's kind of playing out, they still technically are in it. But even if they fail, at least you know you got a starting quarterback, and then on top of it too, you get a good draft pick later. So I feel like it's a win-win for the Bucs in that situation. So why not pull the trigger on it?
Yeah, I mean, Trask time might be time in Tampa. I guess as a Bucs fan, it's just I hope that one of these guys works out eventually, because I am really it's just disheartening to have to continue to use a high-end pick on another quarterback if it doesn't work out. Use up another pick on a quarterback that doesn't work out, i.e. like Jameis Winston, Josh Freeman. So many times it hasn't worked out in the past, and I'm just ready, and I know a lot of fans are ready to just find that franchise quarterback. And if it is Kyle Trask, then awesome. I definitely think, though, that if you are going to start him, that you still need to get him some help. You need to get him a running back that can actually move the chains, that is explosive. Rashad White, he has potential still. I'm not gonna sell him short in just his second year, but he hasn't shown that explosiveness, that shiftiness, that change of pace back that he was supposed to be in college. And on top of that, again, you know, we talked about it a little bit earlier with the offensive line, but a lot of people I don't think really get how important having a great offensive line is in football.
Absolutely.
A lot of times it's overlooked, but you know, it's
the game is won in the trenches.
Exactly.
100%.
But everybody kind of looks at the offensive linemen as just these big, you know, for lack of better terms, big dumb brutes that really don't know much better. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But some of the best teams in the league also not just have great quarterbacks, they have great offensive lines, and a lot of times great offensive lines can take average to good quarterbacks and make them look great. Look at Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. The tush push is probably the most spammed play or imitated play in football right now because of just how great that Eagles offensive line is. So, you know, invest in a running back, maybe to give Rashad White a break. I know Chase Edmonds is coming off the IR, I believe, this week or in the next couple weeks, which will be good. But they need to also start looking at some replacements maybe for Matt Filer, because he has not been a good offensive lineman replacement for somebody like Ali Marpet, former Pro Bowler who retired a couple years ago.
Right.
And maybe look into finding somebody as well that can take over at center, because Robert Hainsey, you know, again, I wore the same number in high school. I wore number 70 as my favorite number, but it's like, dude, you gotta step it up, or else you're gonna be a career backup. So gotta figure it out.
Well, I don't know how. I know whenever it comes to the players, right? Like, we can get some, lose some people might prefer somebody to somebody else. But what do you guys think about Todd Bowles? Like, how do you think he's been doing as far as coaching for the Bucs?
Man,
I mean, the fact that like everybody has to look at each other to kind of answer like where do you start at first? But I mean, I guess I'll start it. I guess like I don't think he's bad, but I definitely don't think he's good. Really, I mean, I think that he's better at. He's a defensive coordinator that he got lucky to have Tom Brady in the building with him for a little bit to keep his job, and I think he is kind of why they haven't made the Trask move as well, because head coaches want to keep their jobs. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a head coach? But I don't think he's bad. I think he, again, has a place in the league. It's just maybe not in the head of the league.
Right.
And there's
head of the team, excuse me.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Not everybody can be a head coach. Like Monty Kiffin, when he was the coordinator for the Bucs, a lot of people wanted him to take over when Dungy was gone or when Gruden left. And it's like, no, he knew his role and he excelled at it. And Bowles, to his credit, put together a really great defense in the 2019-2020 seasons. And it was a good building block for the next few years to come. But the issue is, I think now that with BA retiring, I think that we're kind of seeing that maybe in the end he is just a really great coordinator. Mm-hmm. He's got a great defensive mind, like a blitzing 3-4 scheme. It's fantastic, but running the head coach, it's a lot more than just calling X's and O's. It's just so much more to do with like relating the players and making it all work.
Yeah, I think a prime example of a guy like that is Vic Fangio. Like, amazing defensive coordinator, but he didn't do anything when he was a head coach. I mean, like, it took him, 60 years or 50 years or something to become one, and then he was done pretty much. I want to say he was one and done, maybe 2 seasons at most, 3, some other.
At the end of the day, people got to realize not everybody's a leader. And if you're a leader, that means that you're a head coach of a football team, because you get these men to come together and to achieve one goal, which is to win a game. Obviously, you want to win the whole thing, which is the Super Bowl, but each week you're just trying to win that one game.
You just get one little week better.
Exactly. Yeah. So not every single person can lead a bunch of grown men and get them together and be like, yo, let's go do this thing. No, some people just work in certain parts. Some people are ahead of their certain department.
Right.
They can't run a whole organization. Mm-hmm. So
I will say as well, to that credit, like the other day I was just kind of scrolling through YouTube and I was watching some of the old, for those that don't know, it's called In the Current. It was the old Bucks video series during the Super Bowl season, during COVID and everything. And in the offseason, they did a lot of segments with Bruce Arians. You just hear him, the way he speaks, the way he talks, the way to his players, to the coaches, the way he's just able to bring everybody together through a very difficult and unprecedented time, mind you. And it was just, it was a great to just kind of watch it and see it. And I think, if you really want to see what good coaching and good leadership is, definitely give that a watch. In the Current. It's on the Bucks YouTube channel. It's great. But again, that's how, I guess you could say, like, that's how spoiled the Bucks were to have a great coach in BA. And it's, like we said, it's not easy to find great coaching, but I hope it works out with Bowles. But it is a valid question to ask, though.
Yeah.
Definitely. So as far as the Bucks go, we got tomorrow night. They got the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody picking the Bucks?
No.
Anybody going bold? Anybody taking the Bucks?
Bills money line, baby.
Yeah. Let's go. Exactly.
Oh, we got a daredevil over here. Brandon raised his hand.
I'm a homer. What can I say?
Oh, you have to. If you would have said the Bills, I would have been disappointed. I would have been disappointed. It's your team.
I got the belt, for Pete's sake. I gotta do it.
That's true. Hey, for everybody that didn't check this out last week, was it last week or the?
Yeah, it was
last week. Yeah, my man's over here showed up with the freaking belt on. All right, he was here repping hard.
WWE
the championship belt. WWE.
She invited me to the station. I was like, all right, well, I got to bring the belt now. She didn't believe me, so it's like, well, I got to prove it.
Okay. So real quick, real roundup. Bucks playing tomorrow. They have a lot of issues. I think most of them are gonna be like man related, right? Like they got to get rid of some people, especially IMO, the coach. But I think we killed a solid 20 minutes on them. So what else we got going on tonight, fam?
Yeah. Let's talk about the another Florida team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, because last Thursday they beat the New Orleans Saints 31-24, improving their record to 5-2. Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback, went for 29 completions, 204 yards, 1 TD with 0 interceptions. Travis Etienne, the star running back, 14 carries for 53 yards and 2 touchdowns, which is the second week in a row that he scores twice.
Okay.
Beast. He's a beast.
Yeah.
Christian Kirk, which is probably Trevor Lawrence's favorite target right now, 6 catches for 90 yards and the game-winning TD.
Nice.
The Jags remain at the top of their division of the AFC South, And from what that I've seen from the Jaguars lately, in the beginning of the year, they started off a little slow. The first 3 weeks, a little slow with their offense because they were projected to be top 10 offense in the league, but I would say top 5 really. And now they're picking it up. I feel like they're really getting up there. Would you probably say the same, Steve?
Unfortunately, and I have a lot of Jags friends, and I am not ashamed to say it. I'm an Indianapolis Colts fan, and I will defend that to the death. But, and literally like 2 weeks ago, I'm like, they're overrated. I have to swallow some humble pie on this one. The Jags are for real. The Jags are very legit. They're starting to put together, and honestly, what made that win impressive is Trevor Lawrence was hurt. Trevor Lawrence was on a bad knee, and there was a possibility he wasn't even going to play in the game. And he comes out, throws no interceptions, 204 and a touchdown. Like, you can't ask for anything better.
And he ran for, I think, 50-plus yards.
Absolutely. Clean. Right. So I think what's interesting about with the Jags, too, it's mainly, I feel like it's the defense, and then the run game has really been saying, Lawrence is yet, I feel like, to give me, in the league that he's been in here. Now, granted, his first year, we all know that was kind of a crazy year. But he still hasn't given me that wow game, I don't think, really. But he definitely is doing everything you need to do to win. And I'd rather have a winner than...
That's what you need.
You don't need to put up a 1,000-yard stats or something, Like, he's
you don't
definitely
need to work
playing
for fantasy points.
Absolutely,
right. To win a game.
Turns out it's fantasy and not reality
Yes,
sometimes,
exactly. You listen to the team, folks.
Right, exactly. So the Jags look very, very good. They're putting together pretty much on all fronts. I think Doug Peterson was the perfect fit for them. It's amazing what happens whenever we were just talking about coaching. You take Urban Meyer, who was arguably the worst coach in history, which I think everybody at the time was like, man, this is gonna be amazing. Urban Meyer, Jacksonville, they brought Tebow in. That didn't go anywhere.
As the pros, baby. College ain't the same.
Yeah, absolutely. Turns out he's kicking the kicker. Like, it was insane there. And then you bring Doug.
He's with some blonde at the bar.
Right. Allegedly.
My man.
No, I saw the video.
Oh yeah. But yes, you bring in a competent coach who has a good, offensive scheme and understands how to talk to people and not kick the cooker. You know what I mean? Like, pretty easy stuff here.
Be a leader.
Right, be a leader, and
don't insult the staff.
Yeah. Well, that's an amazing concept, right? But I think that was a huge factor for Jacksonville. And they almost went to the Super Bowl last year. Sure. And so they're on their way right now. They already did play the Chiefs once this year, and that didn't go as good. But that was also I think they were kind of figuring it out and riding that out.
They'll probably play them again in the playoffs. 100%.
I'm thinking so. They're definitely winning the division. I can't believe I'm saying it, but they're winning that division. And then they're gonna host a playoff game for sure. And I think the sky's the limit as long as they can stay healthy. If Lawrence can stay healthy, because I'm not sure what their backup is or anything, but they look legit.
The sky's the limit. What? So you think they could win the Super Bowl?
Actually, I really do. I really hurts. Really hurts.
Okay, now, don't give me that contender thing, because everyone is a contender, right? I'm saying everyone. Okay, but pretty much everyone. Wow. Okay, sorry, 80% of them are the contenders. But all right, I've only asked George this question, but since I got you guys here, I'm gonna ask y'all point blank right now: who could win the Super Bowl?
Who could win? Like, how many teams?
Before you answer, I got $10. He says the same thing I said.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
All right.
Do I get that money too? Because I think I've seen the video. At this point in time, I'm going. I want to say the 49ers still.
Yeah. $10, baby.
There we go.
Got to.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, of course. I mean, there's also too, you still got the Eagles on there. Like, I know
exactly.
They had that stinker against the Jets, but they're still. You went to the Super Bowl last year. You have most of the team intact. Like, they're gonna be fine.
And what's kind of funny too is that it almost kind of feels like Kansas City all of a sudden, even at 5-1, everybody's just acting like they don't exist anymore or something. And they had an opening night game, which they still were in the game, and Travis Kelce didn't play, and that's a huge factor. But everybody's kind of just acting like they're not even that good whenever they're 5-1, and
that's what
still being Mahomes and Holmes,
That's what happens when you put Donovan Smith on your team. But little shade there, but I would say though too, Detroit. I know they had that stinker against Baltimore. It seems like every team this year that we would label as a contender has had at least one game where they just like look like what the heck's going on here.
Yeah, 100%.
So, but
100%.
Detroit is still, I think, the team to beat up north for sure.
Definitely. And, man, we have been talking out of our minds for like 30 minutes, fam. So we're going to go ahead and get a quick break in. We're going to play a song, de-stress. Everybody at home, go get some wine, go light your candles, and we'll be right back with a little bit of sports talk.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Groups, and that's called GQ. And it's called I Do Love You. We're finna get back with the sports, you guys. I hope they talk about the Patriots. We on our way to the Super Bowl, baby.
Man, listen, Prince, we were just talking about football. I just asked who could win the Super Bowl, and you know who did not come up in the conversation? No. The Patriots, dog. Ain't nobody voted for the Patriots, man.
Nope.
So I hear the money truck backing away. The Patriots beep, beep,
It's
beep.
over.
It's over. The Cowboys left us. The Patriots left us. We ain't got no brand loyalty around here, man. Maybe we should have a little more brand loyalty, but you know, we just can't help it and be honest. Dang.
Hey, talking about the Patriots, man, their rivals, the Miami Dolphins, they had a big-time game on Sunday night against the Philadelphia Eagles, but came up short. 31-17, their record drops to 5-2. Tua Tagovailoa had 23 completions for 32 attempts, 216 yards, 1 TD, and 1 interceptions. Tyreek Hill, probably the best receiver in the league, if you ask my opinion. 11 catches for 88 yards and 1 TD. Miami still remains at the top of their division in one game in front of the Buffalo Bills. But with all this hype that the Dolphins have been coming about, a lot of people out here are saying that the Dolphins can't win against good teams.
Yeah.
What do you think, Steve?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's. go ahead.
I would not only agree, but I would also say the Dolphins is probably like the worst team in Florida. Just putting it out there.
Facts.
Bottom tier. Solar Bear is greater than.
Wow. Gotta shout out the Daytona Cubs real quick. Or the Daytona Trucks against the CFBGs.
I might have stretched it a little bit on that one.
Yeah.
No, completely accurate.
Yeah. Well, looking back on the game, actually, I did a little bit of looking into this, actually. There's some interesting facts about this game that kind of just shows, you know, the tale of two games, really. You know, so the Dolphins only had the possession for 23 minutes and 17 seconds compared to the Eagles for 36 minutes and 44 seconds. The Dolphins had 12 first downs the entire game, while Philadelphia had 26. 26, all right? They only had 48 total plays, in which normally they're scoring 48 points in like 10 minutes, but 48 total plays compared to 68 plays by the Eagles, all right? That's pretty astonishing.
Wow.
Total yardage, and this one was what the weird one is, because the Dolphins have been putting up extremely prolific numbers, you know, just crazy. You know, they only had 244 yards compared to the Philadelphia's 355. All right, and so some people are gonna. This is where the interesting one I kind of thought was pretty wild. Penalties. That's where a lot of Dolphins fans are saying that this game could have went south.
100%, I agree.
Yeah, so it was 10 penalties for 70 yards against the Dolphins. Okay, you know, I mean, just take a wild guess if you don't know this number. How many penalties and how many yards did the Eagles have?
0.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say the same amount I had during the game on Sunday as well. 0.
That's crazy.
So you can chop it up to that, but I just think it's coming down to the fact of like once they start playing people that can score along with them, that's where it kind of goes into the problems that they're running into, and it's going to hopefully they'll ride the ship and get it correct, because I think they're the type of team that has to have that home field advantage, you know. And now that they've lost a game, they're going to have to hope that Kansas City loses a game as well, you know, because they're just not going to be able to get, you know, home field advantage, and that's pretty much the championships have been going through KC, you know, for the last 4 years, 3 years, something like that, you know. I really think it's a humongous factor for Miami. They haven't even started getting into the cold weather teams.
True. Yeah.
The cold weather team.
You know, so they really haven't. So
there's two things I want to say about this though. One, about the Dolphins, when it comes to them, it's their defense is shaky. I've been saying this all year, and the defense is just shaky when they play against good teams that have good offenses. You see that they're not the same team, but they do have two secondary players that were out, Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard.
And they're supposed to be coming back.
The rookie was covering the best receiver, A.J. Brown. So, you know, it really takes a toll on their defense, and I think their defense will come down together down the line For sure.
Yeah.
Now, the second thing I want to say is I think the NFL is turning the Philadelphia Eagles into the next New England Patriots, giving them all the calls and not doing anything for anybody else. Because you see it in multiple games. It wasn't just on Sunday, but you see it in multiple games. But on Sunday, you saw this dude, Cedric Wilson, go for a catch, and the guy literally grabbed his face mask in front of the referee. Let's say it was right there. The play was happening right there, and I was the referee. It happened right there, and the guy went. Walked away. Did not do anything.
He had to go take his union break, bro.
How can you tell me that a football team had 0 penalties in a game? When does that ever happen?
Never.
When does that ever happen?
That's virtually never. I don't think that's ever happened, but honestly, like I cannot name one time.
Yeah.
So I think the NFL are literally turning the Philadelphia Eagles into this whole franchise that they want to circle around their league after, and I don't think it's right.
Yeah, and I think the interesting thing is for the Dolphins coming up. That's what I was saying before I was looking at it, just because I was kind of interested in see where this where this path leads, and it's really beneficial for the Dolphins. So the next 6 games are the Pats, the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Jets, Washington, and Tennessee. Guess what? 5 out of those 6 teams all have in common. They don't have winning records. They're horrible teams. So essentially they could go 5-1, or they could possibly pull off one against the Kansas City. Who knows? It depends on if Taylor Swift shows up.
It's in Germany.
It's in Germany, so that's kind of a neutral site.
Yeah,
so in reality, they could write this. They could totally change this.
100% she'll be there.
Yeah, and the next 6 games are 5 out of them are all teams that are not good teams.
But that's not good for the Dolphins,
right?
Because when it comes to playoff time, you're out here like, yeah, we're super good, we're super nasty. We're like, okay, we'll see what's up when it comes to playoff time. Kansas City, Jacksonville, maybe LA, the Chargers, maybe Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Those are really good teams right there that have offensive firepower that can keep up with you.
Yeah.
So your defense needs to come out and show up.
Yeah, it's that old Tyson quote. Everybody's got a plan to get punched in the mouth. They go out there, they score. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's the truth, really. So I think with the Dolphins, that's really going to matter. They have to win these next games for the simple fact that they need that home field advantage. I really honestly believe that that's a humongous factor for them.
Yeah, and with Miami as well, one thing that they've been lauded about this whole season, well, the past few seasons actually, is their head coach. He's been lauded as like being a great offensive mind. Like he's been able to adapt, he's been able to adjust, he's been able to come up with so many different formations, play types, and to just throw opponents off. It'll be interesting to see, like you guys said, when it comes down to crunch time, how good, because we talked about how good Doug Peterson was for Jacksonville. We talked about Todd Bowles in Tampa. It'll be interesting to see where Miami's coach is at and to see if he can. Mike
McDonald, I believe, right?
I feel like it is, but yeah, we'll see where he's at, where he kind of fits it, because he's a younger guy too. We'll see if he's able.
McDaniels?
Mike
McDaniels. Yeah. It'll be interesting.
Mike McDonald. I was like, what?
Yeah, he's the one that had the farm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
thought he was the one that made McDonald's, but all right. But it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if McDaniel's able to adapt and adjust come playoff time, and also to just kind of go back to your idea about Philly being the next New England Dynasty. No, you're a few years too late. That's the Kansas City Chiefs they're trying to turn into. Like they got celebrity endorsements. They've got the multiple titles already in like 4 or 5 years. Like they're Kansas City Chiefs are the next dynasty. So
I wouldn't even disagree with you, bro.
And
honestly, I would not disagree with you.
And they got the best quarterback in the league. So
yeah, and something else that just came out today. Actually, Tyreek Hill has a leg injury, I believe it is. He missed practice today.
Yeah, hip injury.
Yeah, hip injury. Yeah, exactly. So that changes a lot of things.
Yeah. They play the New England Patriots. I'm sorry, Prince, but even with Tyreek Hill out, they still wouldn't.
Yeah.
Buffalo looking shaky on offense too, man. Like it's like they can't get it together when they do something bad in the first quarter. They can't get it together in the rest of the game. I don't know why.
Yeah, isn't it? To could be wrong in this one, but Tua's never lost to Belichick though.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's I'm pretty sure he's 6-0, I believe. Yeah, that's another one that's an interesting thing with Tua, because of the contract situation. Yeah, they played hardball with him. They didn't resign. So realistically, he fits exactly what they do, but if they lose him, are they really going to change? Really, I mean,
No, it's a good time to face Bill too, because Belichick is not in the best times right now. Like his time kind of passed.
Yeah.
They had their thing. They were a dynasty. They were killing the 2000s or whatever. But
he got an extension over the summer though.
He's got to go, bro.
Yeah,
That's crazy. He's been figured out. Once
They're
they got your number.
Yeah.
They're talking about trading him.
Yeah.
There's rumors out there.
Bye, bro. Peace out.
I was gonna say though too, like if Miami don't want to pay too, I know a team that does in Florida.
Yeah.
I'll take them.
Hey, just as like a random one out there, because the contract's coming up next year. What about Kirk Cousins in Miami?
Man, I would like to see Kirk Cousins get traded to the Atlanta Falcons right now.
Right now.
Right now.
You ain't riding with Ritter?
No.
Oh,
man, no.
You just better hope that Kirk.
Ritter got to get out of there.
Whoever signs Kirk, just hope that you don't get any primetime games because that guy folds.
I don't know. Something about Kirk going there. I just think that could work out pretty good. The play action, and you got two insanely fast receivers. I mean, like, I don't know.
You don't like Tua, though? You don't like Tua?
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if they don't re-sign him. They were worried about the injury thing, and he's proven that he's been pretty good. Maybe the getting slammed on his back in the offseason with the jiu-jitsu stuff actually made sense. He's been doing pretty good with it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. You know?
Well, Atlanta draws a lot of 1 o'clock games, so they don't have to worry about him coming up short.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so before we move on to the Orlando Magic, man, just a quick reminder. The Dallas Cowboys came off a bye. You know, their record is at 4-2 right now. They host the Los Angeles Rams on Sunday. Quick hitter. Who do you got? Cowboys, Rams?
Rams.
Cowboys.
Wow. Cowboys.
Rams. Just to spite Mimi.
Okay. Mimi will say Cowboys, so that's 3-2. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know about Prince, but if I speak for Prince, he says Cowboys.
Yeah, I would assume. No, he don't. No,
there
he
you
don't.
go, Rams, baby.
He don't. We got 3-3. Okay.
Hey, ask him whose house this is. It's Rams' house. Let's go.
It's Rams' house.
I guess we're about to. Hey, remember that thing we were talking about before we came on? I guess we're doing it.
I'm in.
All right, so we got bets going here. All right, so we're gonna see who's gonna get the Cowboys, who's gonna get the Rams. All right, so we'll see who wins next show or the show after. Next show, whatever.
Yeah,
regardless. What else
right.
we got, bro?
So the Orlando Magic kicked off their season tonight, like a bunch of NBA teams did out there, and they were spectacular. They won by 30 points, 116 to 86.
Smoke.
6 players that finished in double figures, which is really, really good.
Solid team
Cole
play.
Anthony came off the bench with 20 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. That's a great 6-man for the Magic right there. And then Pablo Banchero, he had an okay game, but with your teammates scoring lights out like that, you don't even need to have a great game.
True.
12 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Brandon, I know you were at the game while most of us were doing our own things, but I want to hear your insight on what you saw from live from the game.
I mean, first off, before I actually get to the game itself, just the starting lineup, hype music, the hype video, the fact that they had like all the glowing lights, like I think they had either they gave out like glowing wristbands or they had like everyone's cell phones synced up or something like that on one of the apps. Like the Magic Vision presentation here, it's just, it might be Cole Anthony's night tonight. The next night, it might be Paolo's night. It's just not relying solely on one guy to carry the load, but you have so much youth. You have so many top 10 overall picks that are on this team. And I saw a graphic from Bally tonight. They said that the Magic, I think, are tied with another team for the most draft picks still playing on opening night tonight. I think it was like 9. So you have that much top-end talent on your team. Like, you can afford to, not be overly reliant on one. And it was a great strategy they had going in. Defense played lights out, and they got the job done.
Oh, yeah, great game. I mean, I didn't watch the game, but seeing everything from the stat sheets to the articles that came out after the game, it's just I knew coming into the season that you guys are going to be way more improved because of the young core that you have coming together with all this chemistry that you've had over the years now coming together. Now, a few of those players are a little older, a little more veteran type into the league, but they're still young as well. And like you were saying, they're super deep. You guys have 9 or 10 players that can score at least 15 points a game if they really wanted to.
There's a lot of guys on the Magic too that are playing for either tradability or they have an abundance of guards.
Definitely.
So they have a lot of different options to use out there too.
Yeah, true that. And speaking of Orlando, real quick, I wanted to give a shout out to the Orlando not the Orlando Magic, the Orlando Pride, who is in the championships. Let's go, baby!
Yeah,
and we're gonna be playing the first game Monday. right?
Monday, Orlando City too.
Orlando City, that's the Orlando City Pride, yeah. So that's what's up. Keeping it with soccer real quick, because we're about to wrap it up. Today was a Champions League, and I know none of you guys watch the Champions League, so I'm just gonna give a quick round of the results real quick. So Galatasaray got wrecked by Bayern Munich 1-3. Inter versus RB Leipzig 2-1. Union Berlin versus Napoli 1-0. Sevilla versus Arsenal 2-1, which was a sick show. Definitely recommend watching that game. Sevilla and Arsenal bangers. Braga versus Real Madrid. Real Madrid won 2-1. Lens versus PSV ended in a draw. Real Sociedad versus Benfica. Real Sociedad won it with 1. And Manchester United coming in with a 1-0 win against Copenhagen, which is actually embarrassing. They should be ashamed of themselves. Somebody's gotta get fired at Manchester United immediately. Barcelona winning 2-1 against Shakhtar Donetsk. Feyenoord 3-1 against Lazio. Borussia Dortmund versus Newcastle ended with Dortmund with 1 goal against Newcastle, who have been on fire. Definitely a big letdown for Newcastle. RB Leipzig 3-1. Grenada versus Grenada Shevda, who only got 1 goal. Man City won 3-1 against Young Boys. Definitely expecting that. And PSG 3-0 against Milan, which was an absolute butt whooping by the Parisians. Celtic, Atletico Madrid ended in a draw 2-2. And Porto destroyed Antwerp 4-1. And with that, we got to wrap it up for Sports Talk today, guys. We're going to be taking a quick break, bringing the rest of the crew back on. But it was a great show. Brandon, nice having you on. Steve, it's been good having you on. Mr. DJ George Michael in the building out here with the
GM
sports.
in the building.
And you guys make sure you go online, go to peaceonthestreets.com, watch us live, go to our YouTube channel, Peace on the Streets Radio, watch the videos.
Baby, subscribe.
Get the money for your boys, and we are going to be doing street interviews coming to you real soon.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that, fam. That's it for us with Sports Talk. Catch you next time. Peace on the streets. We're out of here.